Let's understand a story. The fires of 1946. From Calcutta to Noakhali. It was the summer of 1946, and India was standing at a crossroads. After nearly 2 centuries of British rule, freedom seemed close. But the dream of independence was clouded by a darker storm, the deepening divide between Hindus and Muslims. The Congress Party and the Muslim League, the two largest political voices of the time, had grown apart. The League, led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, insisted that Muslims would never be safe in a united India and demanded a homeland of their own, Pakistan. The Congress, on the other hand, was unwilling to accept a partition of the country. Tensions had been brewing for months, and when the Cabinet Mission Plan, Britain's proposal for a united federal India, fell apart, Jinnah called for something extraordinary, a show of power, a warning that Muslims would settle for nothing less than Pakistan. He called it direct action. The Calcutta Infern, the date was 16th August 1946. Calcutta, then the second largest city of the British Empire, woke up to a strange silence. The Muslim League government in Bengal, led by Hussein Shahid Surawadi, had declared the day a holiday. Shops were shut, offices closed, and processions began to gather across the city. At the Octoloni Monument, today's Shahid Mina, massive crowds assembled. The air was thick with slogans, some demanding Pakistan, others shouting for Hindu unity. The atmosphere, tense and restless, soon erupted. A clash here, a stone there, a scuffle between groups. And then the city exploded. Knives flashed, fires blazed, and mobs poured into the streets. Hindus and Muslims turned on each other with a fury that shocked even the British rulers, who were no strangers to riots. For 4 days, Calcutta became a battlefield. Streets were littered with corpses, homes and shops were looted and burned. Temples and mosques echoed not with prayers, but with screams. Neighbors who had lived side by side for generations now faced each other as enemies. When the fires finally cooled after 19th August, the scale of destruction was staggering. At least 4,000 dead, more than 10,000 injured, around 100,000 left homeless. Calcutta had earned a new name, the Great Calcutta Killings. The massacre did not just end with the dead. It left behind something even more dangerous, poison in the hearts of people. Trust between Hindus and Muslims shattered. The riots became a signal to the rest of India. If this was the future, then perhaps separation was the only way forward. But Calcutta was just the beginning. Noakhali's dark days, 2 months later, in October 1946, the fury that had erupted in Calcutta spread like wildfire into the countryside of Bengal. This time, the stage was the lush green fields and villages of Noakhali, a district in what is now Bangladesh. Noakhali was different from Calcutta. It was rural, quiet, and overwhelmingly Muslim, with Hindu minorities who often owned land or ran businesses. The memory of Calcutta had stirred resentment, and local political and religious leaders fanned the flames of anger. On 10th October 1946, the storm broke. Mobs descended on Hindu villages with weapons, torches, and fury. Entire settlements were set ablaze. Men were hacked down. Women suffered unspeakable violence. Families were forced at sword point to convert to Islam or abandon everything they owned. Temples were desecrated, homes looted, and survivors left with nothing but despair. Unlike in Calcutta, where both Hindus and Muslims had fought and killed, in Noakhali it was largely one-sided. Hindus bore the brunt of the horror. By the time the riots ended, the numbers were chilling. Around 5,000 Hindus dead, tens of thousands displaced, entire communities uprooted, many fleeing to Tripura, Assam, and West Bengal. The British administration, already weakened and on its way out of India, barely responded. For the Hindus of Noakhali, it was clear their future in a Muslim majority region was uncertain at best and terrifying at worst. The road to partition. The events of 1946, Calcutta in August, and Noakhali in October were more than just riots. They were flashpoints that revealed the depth of the divide. In Calcutta, Hindus and Muslims slaughtered each other, while in Noakhali, Hindus faced one-sided persecution, painting a grim picture of coexistence without trust. By 1947, partition no longer seemed abstract but inevitable, as fear and bloodshed had already drawn the lines that would carve India and Pakistan, displacing millions. Closing thought. The story of Direct Action Day and the Noakhali riots is not just about numbers and dates. It is the story of how neighbors turned into enemies, how politics became bloodshed, and how fear overpowered centuries of shared life. These events remind us of one thing. When hatred is allowed to grow, it does not stop at speeches or slogans. It consumes homes, families, and entire nations. Thank you.